Good morning, Magicals. Okay, so as promised, I'm doing the 11-11 reading. Please excuse my hair. Between my hair and myself, we're having a bit of a rough one today because we are not sleeping. You can check the bags. Bags under my eyes are starting to match my shoes, man. Bless the moon. Okay, guys. So today I want to talk to you a little bit quickly about the 11-11 portal. Technically, we have from the 1st of November to the 11th of November, and the portal is open during this period of time. It's a very, very powerful portal. Okay. 11 is the number of mastery of self. It's the master number of self. And this portal does, in a way, allow us to start activating the energy of the new year. Now, what I mean by that is every new year starts, as we know, on the 1st of January and ends on the 31st of December. However, this portal is kind of like a prelude to that energy. And what I'm being told is that we are being allowed to kind of start accessing a little bit of that energy. Now, what that means for us is that while we are doing this manifestation period, because 11-11 is a very powerful, we know when everyone says, oh, look, 11-11, make a wish. Okay, it's that kind of thing. But this is amplified now because this is a collective, universal 11-11. Okay. So what I want to say to you around this is giving us a little bit of a taste tester of the new beginnings that are coming in. It is a powerful, powerful manifestation portal. Please do not waste it, and you can start now. There is a reason I'm putting this out on the 7th, because it gives us 4 days to still get our manifestations and things out. Okay, so please, please, please just make sure that you are focusing on this. I am going to do a pop-up reading in the same kind of vein as I'm doing this now. So there are going to be quite a few cards going down today, slightly different. I really want to just get us as much information and as much guidance and as much support as possible around this portal. Okay. I want to say that having tuned into the energy, I do think that I'd said to you for a bit that November is a transformational month. It's a big transformational month. I'm still trying to recalibrate and get all of the info together. I will just put a little touch base for November up in the next couple of days. But what I do want to say is we're in Scorpio energy, which is automatically transformational. Scorpio is the death card in the tarot, and that's death rebirth. So this is kind of our portal, our access this month into starting the new beginnings that are coming in 2026. Okay, let's be clear on that. What I do also want to say to you is that it's really important that you are paying attention to your dreams still, because we have Neptune is still in Pisces. That kind of energy, signs and synchronicities are going to be huge around this time. I think in the last reading I spoke to you about meditation around full moon and all of that, about meditation. Remember, guys, you don't have to meditate how everyone else meditates. Find a way that works for you. Okay, we are all different. One jacket's not going to fit every single one of us. One style of meditation is not going to fit every single one of us. It's just not possible. Okay, so what I want to start with is I'm going to start with the goddess energy. And I know that this is not a lunar thing or anything like that, but I'm really feeling like I've said to you for a long time, stillness. There we go. Oh gosh, you can't see with that. Okay, hold on. Sorry, let me just change the lighting here a little bit. Just lift it a little bit. There we go. So it's less on the cards. Okay, there we go. Stillness. Yuki Onna. And the other one's Aphrodite, romantic love. So there we go. If you're looking for love. What I do want to say is that we are definitely, I've been saying this for a while, we are definitely moving towards the rising of the divine feminine. This is a time really for us to be focusing on that. And so I thought I would just draw a quick goddess card and see who is stepping forward to guide us, because this will also give us a bit of a clue of what's needing to be done and where we're needing to be at. So Kelso and team, if we can please just get a message from the guide. Which goddess is graciously stepping forward to assist us? Apparently we're on our own. I'm joking. This is a really bad joke. Sorry. Right. Perfect one to step forward, because it's 29 comes down to an 11. It's an 11. It's Lilith. Independence. Okay, now if you don't know the story of Lilith really, really quickly, she was Adam's first wife, was cast out of Eden, and then became, because she had free will and all of that, and became this, what a lot say kind of rebellious energy. Okay, a lot believe her to be the first of the vampires and all of that, but she really is about us stepping into our power, gaining our independence in all areas. Okay, and more than that, she's supporting in us in taking and having the courage to make the decisions that we need to make, to take the stand and the actions that we need to, in order for us to really get to where we are wanting to be or where we're needing to be. This is very powerful energy stepping forward to guide us through this. So what I would say is, if you are not fazed by invoking the goddesses as an aspect of the divine feminine, okay, Lilith will be great to call on in this time, because she's there to really and truly help us take the courageous steps that we need to take, right? Calculated risks are going to get us to places of freedom. There's a really big energy, I've said this a couple of times now, around following your bliss, but also freedom, like core freedom, okay, however that looks to you. So we give gratitude for Lilith stepping forward. We're going to the animals to find out. I was told to take the 2 that flipped over, not the pile that wasn't. Do we need one more? I do feel like there is one more that wants to come out. Turns out there's a whole bloody pile that wants to come out, but there we go. Right, okay. What have I just said? What have I just said about Lilith stepping into your power? Double 4. We got 11, 11, 4, 4. Foundation, stability. Panther spirit. Reclaim your power. Okay. And the cards that are backing this up here. Know your worth. That is a strong way of reclaiming your power. That is key to reclaiming your power. I love the little skunk spirit. It's cute. 5 and 4 on that. It's a 54 card. It's a 9. Endings this year. Let go of everything that is not, or that is keeping you in a space of victimhood, because that is not going to benefit you in any which way, shape, or form. This is a time now to really, really step into your power and to move forward. And for Lilith is a very powerful female energy. Okay, she just does shit, she gets it done, right? On her own, she does it. That's very, very powerful energy for us to be stepping into. So reclaim your power, know your worth. Okay, important here. Wolf spirit. 6 and 7 is 13. That comes down to 4. Also about foundation. Turn knowledge into wisdom. I always say to you that wisdom is knowledge in action. It's fine to have the information, but if you're not actioning it, so you can watch a million videos on YouTube, me as a reader or a million other readers, and you can get all of this knowledge about what you need to do and how you need to do it. But if you're not actioning it, if you're not taking the steps that you need to take, then this is of no consequence to you. You're wasting time. When you actively start engaging with the changes that need to happen, then things really start to shift for you in a big, big, big way. Okay, so I'm going to say to you, make sure that you are applying the knowledge that you've got into the actions that you are taking. Okay, this is the fox spirit. It's another 9, 27 card. Think on your feet. Okay, this is very much a card of adaptability. I think at some point in one of the readings I did say we needed to be flexible and adaptable. This is adaptability. This is that, things aren't always going to go the way we're wanting them to. It's not always going to go smooth streaming, smooth sailing, but this is allowing us the heads up that we may be required to work quickly in terms of mental action in order to make decisions or to get to where we want to be. But again, we come back to this. Look at the 2 dog spirits there. Interesting. Kelso is saying to me there's a core energy of loyalty here with the dogs. Choose yourself, be loyal to yourself, is what he's telling me to tell you. So whoever that resonates for, there it is. The fox spirit here is requiring quick action, and you will be making the right decisions if you are applying wisdom, not just knowledge. Okay, that's a powerful combination to come out together, a very, very powerful team to be working with us through this as animal spirit. The last one is act as if. So, well, second last one. If you have any manifestations that you're putting into practice, chameleon spirits, act as if it's done, right? There's that story of the moment you conceive of something you want, it's already there. We have to reach alignment to get to that, for it to come into our space. So this is saying act as if it's there already. And it is a 5 card. It's a 14, so it comes down to a 5. That is change, guys. So look at where you maybe need to change how you're perceiving the things that you're wanting to come into your life. Okay. Again, all important. All of these energies are important in order for us to manifest around this portal. And the last one is also a 5 number change. So you've had 5 in a row, right? Rhino spirit, overcoming any obstacle. This is the period now where we manifest to lighten our loads. It is the time now where we manifest to engage with freedom. Kelso keeps coming back to this word, freedom, right? So it is vital that we pay attention to that. I'm also hearing, they're showing me a hangman card in my head, and they're saying to me, perspective is everything with this. You can either see something as a real problem, or you can see it as a challenge. Okay, problem being an obstacle. How you perceive what comes up in your space and how you respond to it and move forward from it is going to determine how things play out in your space, which we know is par for the course. Okay, given that this is a 9-9 portal, I'm going to do a little quick abundance question. Because it does bring in money. It can bring in a lot of money. And this week in itself, I said to you in the full moon reading, is a money week. Okay. So I'm going to just quickly ask, how do we need to approach our abundance with this portal, please? How do we need to approach manifesting let me rephrase that. How do we approach our abundance with this 1111 portal, please? What we are wanting to know is, what is required of us to make our manifestations come into reality, please? What is required of us, Kelso, to make our manifestations come into reality? Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, the first thing is clearing debts. Okay, it says here, your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer by just facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. And all this card screams is freedom. When we carry no debt, we are free of any obligations or responsibilities. Now is the time to really be focusing. So the abundance that comes in is going to, Kelso was saying to me, it will multiply the more responsible you are and the more freedom you give yourself by releasing the debts that you can, right? Even if it's a slow process. I'm just taking this as a random example. If you owe somebody 500 Rand, and even if you can only pay them 100 Rand a month, you are freeing yourself up. Okay, this speaks very largely to freedom. Detox your friendships. What did I say to you in the beginning? If there is stuff that is holding you back, now is the time to let it go. The card says, your abundance flow is affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. Okay. I cannot reiterate enough how important this full moon was to clear out all that has needed to be cleared out. It is vital that it's been done. You still have a little bit of time. So if you haven't done it, I would say do something in the next day or two, but I wouldn't leave it too long. I would try for today if you can, because people can be putting negative, and I'm not talking about black magic and juju and shit like that, right? But you've got to be so conscious about the things that people say and do in your spaces. So I was talking to someone today about Alex. We've dug a path outside the front here, so there's no mud and all that. Alex is now, that's my dog, is now terrified of the paving stones. So the idiot doesn't want to walk on the paving stones. He chooses to walk on this thin little ridge, which slides into a rockery and is still mud because I'm still in the process of planting plants there, okay? And last night in the rain, he actually slipped. His leg slipped from behind and gave him a fright. Now, it's that kind of energy. When we are not prepared to make changes that are safer for us and more beneficial for us, okay? First of all, as an example, we're going to end up on a slippery slope. But in relation to what somebody had said to me about it today, I was talking to them about it, and she said to me, oh my God, then he's going to break all his legs. And I said, you take that back. You take that back immediately. You do not put that into my space. My dog is not going to break its legs. I'm very conscious of what people put into my space, and I call them out on it when they say things like that that are not healthy or productive for my energy. Okay, and then once they've said it, I'm like, I ignore that. That is not relevant to me. I just refute it. I don't accept that energy into my space. Friendships and relationships play a big part in this, guys. It plays a massive part in this. Okay, face your financial fears. All of this is coming back to this card, independence. And reclaiming your power. Okay, when we face what we're having to do, everything changes. When you are honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. You are taking your power back. Remember the two wolves or the two dragons story. Whichever one, fear and freedom, right? Whichever one you feed, the shadow or the light is going to thrive. So make sure that you're feeding the right one. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you in fact have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. Okay, so those are powerful energies to work with around abundance. Okay, sorry, Alex is in a weird space today, I don't know, he's driving me insane. In your bed, lie down, boy. In your bed. Good boy. Lie down. Okay. Right, so we're going to use the bee tarot because bees bring in luck and abundance. So, and also I might just be a little obsessed with the deck, I'm not going to lie. Right, so we've dealt with the general energies around us, who's with us, what we need to face with our abundance. Okay, as a collective, what blockages are there that we need to be aware of, please? What are the blockages that are coming through? Am I taking this card? Okay, thank you. Right, okay, so we've got 3 major arcana off the bat. We've got Temperance, we've got the Magician, and we've got the Moon. Now, the Moon is all about what's hidden and fears. Okay, so the challenge here with these 3, and bearing in mind that this is the universe stepping in, this is major arcana, this is not day-to-day stuff, okay, this is genuinely the universe stepping in going, what do I need to do? What I want to say around this is that this very much is saying that when we are manifesting, we need to be manifesting from a place of balance and power, not from a place of fear. That's huge, because what it's saying to us is if we go into something going, oh, I can't have that. I don't want to manifest that because that's too big. I can't do this because why would that happen for me, right? That fear-based thing, or even the fear of I'm not going to get it, I'm not going to get it, I'm not going to get it. that creates a huge problem for us and a massive amount of resistance to what we are manifesting. It also speaks to our self-worth. Okay. And again, we had the self-worth card here. Know your worth. Okay. These are all tying up. So make sure that you are manifesting to a level that is worthy of you. You do not lower your standards to manifest. Okay. But in order for that, temperance is about balance and patience. Make sure that you are in a space of calm and zen and clarity, because when you are balanced, you can be clear with your manifestations. Okay? And do not be playing into the fears of this, guys. Do not be playing into the fears. It is not an adult. And these are now major arcana. So this is the universe saying, pay attention. The last one here is the Eight of Pentacles, which is about putting in the effort. This is a little reminder that, yes, we might put out to the universe that we want this or we want that. But please don't forget the practical element of it, that in the physical realm, we still need to take action to try and bring into reality what we are trying to manifest. So again, okay, I manifest, I really do want this. I'm not lying. I am manifesting it. I want a vintage black Beetle, VW Beetle Cabriolet car. That's like my soul car, right? But I can't be manifesting that in that if, for example, I didn't know how to drive. I would need to do the work to get the driver's license and all of that sorted out in order for me to then have the car. Okay? You cannot put the cart before the horse in this. You have to make sure that you are physically also doing what you need to do in order to activate the manifestation into the 3D. But there's a lot of energy around all of this about fear, about self-worth, about understanding that you are more powerful than you believe yourself to be. And it's time now for you to really step into that and to get yourself activated with that. Okay, so that's the challenges. What do we need to be focusing on? As a collective, what would be the right type of manifestations to be bringing in? What is the most powerful form of type of manifestation that we could be bringing in at the moment, please? What is the most powerful ones for us to manifest? There we go. Sorry, I can't stop looking at these cards. I'm obsessed with them. Okay, so the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is all about, oh gosh, can you see her there? Queen of Swords is all about clarity, okay? And being clear, being concise in your decisions and you're concise in your thought processing. But this is absolutely brilliant. These are beautiful cards. So as a collective, what I am going to say is I am doing a pop-up reading, okay? So I will be doing individual 11-11 readings in exactly the same format as I'm doing it now. But as a collective, they've given us a general theme around what we need to be doing. Okay, we've got the barrow. The barrow here is the wheelbarrow, obviously, and is the chariot. Now, the chariot in many ways is actually a card of decision. Yes, it's forward movement and victory, and it's fast forward movement, but it's also about making the decision. In the traditional Rider-Waite, there's like a pharaoh-looking guy in a chariot, and the two sphinxes. There's a black sphinx and a white sphinx sitting in the front. There are no reins. He is controlling them with his mind. His choices are directing the way that this chariot moves. Okay? Just like this guy's choices in where he's pushing the chariot, the wheelbarrow, not the chariot, the wheelbarrow, is going to dictate where the hive ends up, because there's a hive in there. Okay? That's saying that your choices are dictating what's coming towards you and where you end up. So for me, the chariot is a big choice card. I know a lot of readers don't really see it like that, but for me, it is a choice because we decide the direction. So this is about saying, make the choices. This is another major arcana. So out of 6 cards, we've got 4 major arcana. That means that the universe is not playing around this portal time. It is very potent energy. Okay. You then have the Prince of Wands, which technically would be the Knight of Wands. Okay. And you have the Ace of Wands. The Knight of Wands comes in with very passionate action. So all of this is saying, if you are wanting how you manifest and what you need, the type of manifestations you need to be creating, the Ace of Wands is a passionate, vibrant, exciting new beginning for us. Wands are always the beginnings. They also represent the one in the next year's one energy. Please bear in mind, we're taking this as an 11-11 reading. This energy will absolutely catapult us into the new beginnings that are coming in 2026. Let's be clear about that. And we are all still fortunate enough to have Jupiter in Cancer until the end of June. I think at the beginning of July it moves out of Cancer. So we've got like another 6-7 months of really fortuitous energy coming through for us. Let's not waste it. So when you are manifesting, the types of manifestations that are going to be the most potent, it's not to say that the others are not going to work. The most potent types of manifestations around this portal are going to be the ones where you are asking to be moving forward, moving towards your freedom, moving towards your passionate new beginning. So you are going to be asking for opportunities of growth, connections for growth, connections or opportunities to allow you, if you're in this position, to clear your debts, to bring in more income. You know, if you've got to work 2 jobs, but it gives you freedom in a year's time, and it's a short-term plan, but the long term is going to be a whole different, whatever it is that is going to get you to joy, to freedom, and to your new beginning, those are the types of the manifestations that are going to be the most potent at this time. Again, your other ones will fall into play if you surrender and if you put in the effort that you need to put in. That's not to say you can't manifest what you want, but the most potent are the ones that are going to lead you to your new beginning. So again, Kelso is saying, show them the card again. I'm like, okay, fine. Please hold, your call is important to us. I'm just trying to find it. Wolf Spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Make sure that the decisions that you are making now come from a place of wisdom and not desperation, not your filters from your programming and your broken, but they are coming through from wisdom. Knowledge that you have taken and you've put into action. Okay, very, very important. That was a really good answer. I'm really, really chuffed with that. Okay, so what we're going to ask is we're going to ask for what is the good stuff coming in for us, please? What is the good stuff coming in for us, please, with this 11-11 portal, please? What is the good stuff? Okay, I don't know how much everyone's going to love this, but because this is actually, it is good stuff, but it doesn't feel like, you know, like the 10 of cups and stuff like that, but this is important. However, let me be very clear about this. At the bottom of the deck, you have got the 6 of Wands, which is what you don't see coming is victory and recognition, right? I really like this ending. I'm hoping you guys are too. What this portal is going to bring in with doing all of this work and directing you from where you've been, right? It is offering you the chance of, I'm hearing a couple of things first and foremost. Okay, the 8 of Cups, the 8 of Jars, and this is the 8 of Cups, and this is the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. This is taking you out of a space that kept you small, that kept you feeling on the outside, that didn't connect you to your tribe, right? This is taking you out of a space that was unhealthy and toxic for you. one that was not fulfilling. Look at the broken jar of honey there. Okay, it was not a fulfilling situation or space or relationship or just whole era that you've been in. Okay, it is removing you from that space. Okay, so Kelso is actually using the term, it's your get out of jail free card, basically. That's exactly what he's saying. The clarity arrives, the Queen of Swords. She's shown up again, right? She's what we didn't see coming. She's now seen. Four of Pentacles, what you're holding on to. The clarity around what we've held on to that no longer serves us, where we've held ourselves back, where we have self-sabotaged, where we have not shown up for ourselves. Okay, all of those things we do is out of habit and programming. So by this happening and you walking away from these situations, you are literally getting out of jail free card, because you are being shown the stuff that you are needing to move forward from in order for you to get what you want. The last card is the Six of Jars, which is the Six of Cups. And this actually in the traditional, there's a person giving another one a gift, and let me see. At the bottom here, this little guy is sharing the honey in the jar. It's like a little gift to her. This can actually be that there is a gift from the universe, and it'll be a big one. It's not going to be like, oh, someone's going to surprise you with a bunch of daisies or something like that, although that would be cute. That's not the point. The point is, this is a big gift coming in for you. Right? So I'm going to say to you that this is powerful, powerful energy. You are being removed from places and spaces that you're no longer in. The fact that we have got 4 major arcana here means that the universe is taking action. So my gut feel around this is either you make the choices and you make the moves, right, on your own terms, or the universe is going to. And unfortunately, when the universe does it for us, it's slightly like not necessarily always the way that we would love to have done it. Okay, I'm just putting it out there gently in the corner. So I actually quite like the ending for this, because this is allowing, because he's filling more and more jars, right? So there's a flow of energy coming in here. You're allowing the universe to just give you more and more and more and more, because you are getting out of stuck programming. I'm not worthy of this. You're getting out of stuck this. So I'm going to give you a little example. You'll see that there's a different shelf here behind me with all the cards and everything on. My aunt, that I love more than life, has taken on a little bit of an interior decorating project with me, and she's just going absolutely berserk. She's just loving it, and she's spoiling me rotten, and she's just been absolutely incredible. Old me would have sat here going, I don't deserve this. I'm uncomfortable. This is not okay. The new me is going, I am so grateful, and saying to her, constantly validating my gratitude to her for it, and sharing in the excitement. There's a big thing coming in my garden on the Tuesday next week, and she has arranged it for me. And I'm like counting sleeps. So I engage with her and counting sleeps every day. I'm like, oh my God, it's only 4 more sleeps this morning. And she's like, oh. And I'm finding that yesterday I got surprised, because she had said, do you want one of these shelves? And there was a white one. So I said, oh yeah, I can use the white one. I actually wanted this one. She said it was sold out. And then but I said, I can use the white one. Definitely. That's perfect. Thank you. The woman arrived here and she had gone and bought me both. And when I phoned her to say thank you, she was like, surprise! I wanted you to have both. They're practical. Okay. So that's the reason I'm saying this is because that's the kind of energy that's showing up. The more you are open to letting go of your own thought, your old thought processes, or your I'm not worthy, or I'm not good enough, or why should it be me, and I don't want to, this is so expensive, why are you doing, let all of that go. Let the universe bring exactly what it wants to bring to you, because you are also opening the other person's abundance up, right? The moment we let somebody give, they are making space to receive in their energy. It's a natural flow of that, and that's the balance of the masculine and the feminine, the giving and the receiving. Okay, so please, guys, the more open I am to all of this, the more I'm getting. I got another friend of mine message me last night saying, please send me the your date of birth and this. And then this morning I got a beautiful little gift of a year ahead, you know, my numerology and astrology for 2026 as a gift. My client who keeps on bringing me plants, she's just like, she's just so sweet. Like, it's endless. Open yourself up. When you realize your worth, the universe shows up in big, big ways. What my aunt is doing is no small feat for me, let me tell you. She's changing the game for me in ways that I cannot even begin to explain to you. And I've kept the faith that I've been manifesting things, and she's like, I can do this for you, so let's just do it. Okay. Don't lose the faith, but also take the action. I'm constantly working at striving for my goals. The universe sees that, it acknowledges that, and then it rewards. Okay, it's a big one. Please just be very, very, very aware of that. Okay, so the last thing, I just thought a little bit of magic from Avalon, because why not? I just want to get us a message to end off the reading. Okay. Avalon, what do you have to tell us today, please, Avalon? Okay, I've been told I need to take this 3. What did I say to you about temperance and balance? Spend time reclaiming your balance. There you will find peace. You can't actually even. You can't make this shit up. Surrender yourself to the flow of life and see how you can influence your future. Keep moving forward and your life's purpose will manifest. Okay, what did I say to you about we do what we can, but we surrender, we make the choices, wisdom and action, and your life's purpose and your beginning manifests. Okay, the second one. Cut away. Where's that card? Yeah. I'm going to hold this up just as a reminder. Okay, 8 of Cups, walking away. Cut away dense energy that holds you back from your goals. Trust in the process of divine timing. Getting clear. Realizing what you've been holding on to, that's not there. You are in alignment with your soul's longings. Make a move now. Make the decision and put in the work. And I still said to you just now, this one here where it says here, trust in the process of divine timing. I have manifested so much for so long, and it's all coming in at the same time. Not absolutely everything, but a sure big chunk of it is coming in all at the same time. So I'm living proof that things do manifest. They do come to fruition, guys. Keep the faith. But the reading is spot on for this 11-11 energy. It is not just about money and physical abundance. You have to understand this. 11, I said to you, is the master number of self. This is a huge portal for us to activate our serious life purpose, our serious life goals. Okay, it's a big, big energy. So I am so grateful for you guys joining. Guys, please like, share, subscribe. It really does help, and it gets us into the algorithms for other people who may need it. And with this particular one, I am doing a pop-up reading because I think there's powerful energy at play and we need to engage with it. Okay, so I am sending you so much love as always. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend, and I will touch base with you soon. Big loves, guys.